In movies, war looks like tanks racing forward while infantry fires on the move. But in reality, any assault would choke within minutes if it runs into a minefield. Today, we will show those who move ahead of the tanks, the machines that clear the way, vehicles that burn through minefields with tons of explosives, turn forests into highways, and in a matter of minutes, build bridges where there was only water. This episode is about breakthrough engineering equipment, machines that literally kick down the doors of enemy defenses. Let's go! We begin with a machine that earned one of the most feared nicknames on the battlefield, Snake Goranich. Officially, it is known as the UR-77 Meteorite, but the name fits for a reason. It spits out a fiery tail that falls to the ground and explodes, instantly turning a mined area into a burned, cleared corridor. The main task of this machine is demining. A rocket launches, pulling behind it a powerful explosive charge, essentially a long hose filled with explosives. After detonation, it triggers all nearby mines, creating a passage about 6 meters wide and up to 90 meters long. However, the vehicle itself is lightly armored, approaches the front line, launches its charge, detonates, and quickly retreats. Designed in the late 1970s, it is now considered morally outdated. With modern drones dominating the battlefield, its use has become increasingly risky. Now let's look at a more modern analog from Western partners. But first, a look inside. The operator has different driving modes, including a raised position for better visibility and a lowered combat mode. During combat, the launcher rises at an angle of around 60 to 70 degrees. The system is controlled via separate remotes, one for positioning the launcher and another for firing. Loading the explosive charges is complex and dangerous work, handled only by specially trained personnel. The United States has its own modern counterpart, the M1150 assault breacher vehicle, also known as the Shredder. This is not just engineering equipment, it's an Abrams tank on steroids. Weighing over 70 tons and fully armored, these vehicles are built from retired Abrams tanks. The turret is replaced with a heavily armored cabin, housing the crew and remote demining launchers, capable of clearing minefields up to 100 meters long and 8 meters wide. While older machines require constant physical effort from the crew, the M1150 offers a completely different experience. Climate control, cameras, night vision, and joystick-style controls make operations significantly easier. It plows through the ground, shrugs off anti-tank missile hits, and clears paths for the main forces. Despite its size, it is surprisingly quiet. Its mine-clearing blade creates a corridor over 4 meters wide, digging deep into the soil to neutralize buried threats. Next comes the German Visent, also known as Tooth. Built on Leopard tank tracks, it is packed like a Swiss Army knife. This machine doesn't just plow the ground, it mills it, creating safe corridors through enemy defenses. Cameras, sensors, and automation ensure the crew remains protected and efficient. In real combat conditions, the Visent has even proven capable of destroying dragon's teeth obstacles, tearing through reinforced defenses that were never meant to be breached so easily. The Visent has withstood anti-tank mines, FPV drone strikes, and repeated attacks. Operators say it is one of the best engineering vehicles available today. So comfortable, in fact, that some joke they would prefer riding it over a civilian car. Then there is the future of demining, remotely operated engineering machines. This is already warfare for the PlayStation generation. The operator sits safely in cover, controlling a machine that grinds mines from afar. If it detonates a mine, damaged parts can simply be replaced. After an explosion, the system is repaired within hours and sent back into action. Of course, such machines cannot work directly on the front line due to drone threats, but for clearing liberated territories, they are ideal. Remote operation drastically increases operator survival and allows safe neutralization of tripwires and particularly dangerous mines. Once minefields are cleared, natural obstacles remain: ravines, fallen trees, and anti-tank ditches. This is where the BAT-2 comes in, a massive bulldozer-like vehicle that looks straight out of Mad Max. It cuts through hills, fills craters, and turns impassable terrain into functional roads. Its universal blade allows it to operate as both a bulldozer and grader, creating vital logistics routes near the front lines. The importance of these machines cannot be overstated. They build roads, create evacuation routes, dig shelters for equipment, and make large-scale maneuvers possible. Some BAT-2 vehicles have covered nearly 1,000 kilometers during the war. But Ukraine is also a land of rivers, lakes, and swamps. When troops reach water obstacles, pontoon engineers take over. Their mission is to connect both riverbanks and create crossings under constant threat of enemy fire. Speed is everything. Pontoon bridges, ferries, and heavy mechanized crossings allow tanks, infantry, and supplies to cross rivers where all permanent bridges have been destroyed. Engineers coordinate boats, calculate weight distribution, and assemble floating structures capable of carrying vehicles weighing up to 170 tons. Minefields cleared, debris removed, and river crossings built. The path for the offensive is open. But that is only half the story. These same roads must now support tanks, ammunition, and the evacuation of wounded soldiers. Behind every advance stands an army of engineers.
Давайте подивимось, як він їде. Включаємо передачу. І вперед. Комфортно. І так ніжно, я б сказав би. Досвід в мене на всіх радянських танках, на БМП, на американській техніці. І стає дуже ніжно. Прекрасна машина.